Okay. Oh, finally. Hello. I can't hear anything. Oh,
I got out of the last meeting, but I guess we're on now. That's good.
okay. I don't know what's happening with my computer, but I can't get my headphones to work. Couldn't get the link to work. Is that Lori sitting in the dark?
Yeah.
Hey, Teresa. We are just running a few moments behind. It's COVID time. That's the time we're running on. That just seems to be the way of the world.
So what happened? Were we on a wrong meeting number?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Oh.
I never did it before. Chelsea did it the last time, so that could probably be part of it as well. So, and I couldn't connect, so that's awesome. Okay, I just need to try and connect my headphones, ladies.
Oh, hi Chelsea again.
There she is.
Sorry, our bad. Miscommunication. We didn't realize Lori was coming on. So Jess was trying to sign into her account and it kicked us all off.
Okay. Okay, so it is not my fault. It's not my fault. Maybe it's partly my fault. And she's all quiet, sitting in the dark, laughing at my... I'm joking. I'm joking. Okay, so I guess we'll wait for a few more people to jump on. Well, I should have been more clear. Oh, that's okay. It's COVID. I'm blaming everything on COVID today. Everything. So today.
Loving the hair.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. It keeps, well, I don't know if it keeps the grease away more, but you can't notice the grease as much. It sort of all blends in. So I can like wash my hair like every 3 or 4 days now, where before it was like every other day. So I like it. Like it. Okay, so Chelsea's there, Melissa. Oh, there's a few more people. Sandy. So as the sort of title of the meeting tonight stated, this is about organization. And it's not because, I guess I shouldn't speak for both of us, but for myself, it's definitely something that I struggle with. And I think for the most part, it's definitely a challenge for a lot of people, whether it's like with your kids or your life, or figuring out, or never doing direct sales before and realizing like, hey, this is a business. This is not just us putting on some pretty makeup and taking some photos and calling it a day, right? There's lots that goes on with all of that. And so we thought today, hi everybody who's jumping on. We thought today we could sort of, just talk to you guys about what we have been using. And I'm sure lots of you have been using too, which is the quadrant journal. If you haven't started using it, this is going to be sort of a great intro for you guys tonight in terms of figuring out what it is, first of all, and second of all, sort of how you can use it to your best, I guess, how to use it to its full advantage, whether it's someone who works this full time, like some of us, or whether it's someone who works it when they can. We really, we don't need to reinvent the wheel. And I think some of us maybe forget that sometimes. And by some of us, I mean myself. I'm talking about myself. But we have a really great tool that we have actually been using in Power Hour as well. So this is sort of not an extension of Power Hour, but just really focusing in on one of the main components of Power Hour. And that will hopefully help all of us understand how useful and how easy it can be when you are focused on that quadrant journal. And so I have a few notes, but before Chelsea comes on and does her little ditty, I just sort of wanted to sort of not disclaim, proclaim, mention that we're saying organization, but I think it's also, I don't even think it is organization that we are struggling with, right? It's sort of discipline, and it's getting into the habit of doing things. And those two, it's easy to say, oh, I'm so disorganized. I didn't do it because I'm unorganized, right? But at the end of the day, it's more so that mindset that we have in terms of, you know, are we working this how we want to and how we should be if we are, you know, wanting to earn money and wanting to, whatever your goals are, right? So whether it's, you know, I have 15 minutes a day to work my business, or if I have 4 or 5 hours a day to work my business, I personally really think that it doesn't so much have to do with organization, but more so in terms of discipline and getting into those habits. So without further ado, let me introduce, is she even listening? Oh, she is listening. Let me introduce the one and the only Chelsea Sutter from New Jersey.
Hi, everyone. All right, so I'm on my phone, so I'll keep scrolling through so I can see you guys. I'm just printing out. Okay, Jess, how much did you already say about the quadrant journal? Did you at all or no?
Not real. Sorry, I had to get a Diet Coke. Not really. I just said that's what we're going to be focusing on.
All right, perfect. So here's what we're going to focus on, and this is something that you're going to be able to do every single day, eventually every week if you want, every 2 weeks at a time, and even a month if that tickles your fancy. So what I want you to do is, and I would like for you guys to participate in the chat, or if you have a piece of paper, or you can like use your hands. Think about right now your day tomorrow. How much time realistically do you have to work your business tomorrow? And either type it in the chat, put your hands up if it's like 1 hour, 30 minutes, how much time? So I want you to think about that real quick. How much time do you actually have to dedicate to your business? Lori said she has 30 minutes tomorrow. It's all she can, you know, dedicate to mascara. 2 hours. Okay, cool. So now what I want you to do is we're going to look at the quadrant journal. Do you want to bring that up onto your computer, Jess? I just called you Lori because I thought it said Lori.
I've been called much worse. I'm joking, Lori. I've never been called anything much better than that, actually. So thank you for that.
All right, so bring that up on the screen if you.
I can't talk and press a button at the same time. So.
Okay, I just printed it out for myself. So, all right. So I'm going to be talking about customer acquisition. I don't want to treat this as like a traditional power hour.
Did that work?
What I just see you personally, which
I don't think I can share it if you're talking. That doesn't make sense, does it? Does Lori know? Portion of screen, basic.
It's different than it used to be.
Okay, do you want, I can. All right, that's not a big deal. We don't need to be able to see it, honestly, for what we're doing tonight. What I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about customer acquisition first, then I'll switch it over to Jess for customer support. We've got artist acquisition and art support, and we know we have some new ladies on here, so we're going to explain that. So basically, everyone who said you have whatever time frame you have, I want you to divide that amount of time by 4. So if you only have 30 minutes, that's roughly about 7 minutes. If you have an hour, it's 15 minutes. If you have 2 hours, it's 30 minutes. Getting my drift? Okay. So in order to be working smarter, harder, I've already decided right in this moment, I only have X amount of time to dedicate to my business tomorrow. So first thing we want to do is, if you have 10 minutes, let's say you've got 40 minutes that you can dedicate to mascara tomorrow, okay? I want you to start deciding now what you're actually going to do tomorrow. So you're not thinking about it tomorrow and all of a sudden you've wasted your entire 10 minutes. Okay. If you can start doing this each night and preparing your day the night before, you'll just get to work. Now, are there sometimes, depending on the category that you pick within the customer acquisition, and like I said, I'll explain that in a second, that you might have to do some of the work tonight? Yes, but that really depends on how much time you have allotted for the next day. So customer acquisition is basically things that you can do out in the open on social media.
Sorry, Chelsea.
Yes.
I put the journal in the comments as a JPEG.
Perfect.
So people can
Awesome.
pop
Thank
that
you.
up.
Let me see if I can see that I can't see that on my phone, but if you're on a computer, you'll be able to see that. But you'll be able to write down a couple ideas. You'll know with the time that you actually have what you can achieve. So customer acquisition is something that you're doing publicly and out in the open to find a customer, which means you're doing something to show off the product itself. Whether that is going live on Instagram or Facebook, and I want you to maybe write down some of these ideas. Don't write all of them down, and I'm not even going to name all of them, okay? Whether you put out a post, I have a new beauty group. Who would like to join my beauty group? These types of things don't necessarily result in an instant sale, but it builds you to consistency and it gets you where you want to be eventually with your business. Some other things that you could do is schedule content in your beauty group. Let's say tomorrow's the only day you can work mascara for an entire week. Let's say you're going on vacation. Don't go live. That's a waste of your time. Schedule your content where you can on certain platforms and research tonight. Go to YouTube tonight. Find out what you have to do. Reach out to a sister, a sideline, reach out to your upline and find out what it actually means to schedule your content. Figure that out tonight. Put your content together tonight before your head hits that pillow. And then when you wake up tomorrow, when you only have that 10 minutes, let's say in my 40-minute example, you just spend 10 minutes scheduling content and then you're golden for like the week. One of the other things you can do is ask for referrals. You can ask ladies, would you mind if I borrowed your face? If you live in a certain part of North America where it's safe for you to be applying makeup, you can try to find people to apply makeup on. You can leverage a team beauty bash. So we have the Sisterhood of the Traveling Artists. We already have content. You can literally go to a video that makes you think of a friend and tag them in it. You can do that for 10 minutes. Find all the content that's already in that group and tag your friends on Facebook in those videos, and they're getting exposure to the product. Okay, so what I want you to do right now, if you have a piece of paper or if you want to put it in the chat, with the amount of time that you have to dedicate, you've divided your time into 4. What are you guys going to work on tomorrow for customer acquisition? I would love for you to share in the comments if you're comfortable. If not, I want you to write that down. If you haven't already planned your day for tomorrow, or if you just want to do it as an exercise, what are you going to do to introduce the product to people? I know that I've been going live on my personal Facebook and I just do my makeup and I just chat, and I've been getting orders from that. So I'm going to stick with that because it's working for me. I have an unlimited amount of time because I work mascara full time. So, but I'm going to dedicate 30 to 40 minutes of my time tomorrow to go live on my personal Facebook and just like I did this look today. I'm just going to do my makeup. Lori's going to share a video. She just needs to finish editing. So this is a great example. So Lori should, depending on if she only has a limited amount of time, she should actually edit it tonight so that she can watch it tomorrow and see if it's the quality that she wants to present to her followers so that she can take that extra amount of time so it doesn't run into the other tasks that she needs to complete. Are you guys liking this training? I hope so. Do you guys like
Can I
this
just
training?
say something, Chelsea?
Yeah.
So you sort of like to piggyback on what you were saying about Lori's video. I think we also need to remember that done is better than not done.
Perfection.
I mean, or perfection. Yeah. There's a better saying for that. So,
yeah.
So yeah, you can really get caught up in the whole editing process. And so if that is really eating away at your time and you're like, oh my God, how many more freaking subtitles? Just, you know, just set a timeline as to, or a timer as to how long you're going to work on it, and then send it out into the universe. Yep. Right?
And here's another thing. Don't do your whole face. Just putting your blush on. Literally, like, start small. Just do little nuggets. You could do an entire week where you just do a different lip and cheek. Every day is a video. And I guarantee that that's something that you can do. Like, you just do your makeup like methodically in the morning, and then that last 3 minutes, you just film doing your makeup, and then that's your nightly task to edit it because you're going to post it tomorrow. You know, and you just kind of get into those habits. So those are some other, and I'll just list out like 1 or 2 more things that you can do to like get your product out there. You can use different social media, like TikTok, Pinterest. If you have a website, you can blog. So you can, those things are easier to do. They require less time. So if you're limited in your time, those are things that you might want to do. Yeah. You could also, you could do a live with a sister, one of your sidelines, and race each other to see how fast you can do your hack. If you both have 30 minutes to spare, you could work together, smarter, not harder. Find somebody.
Chelsea and I did, sorry. Just another example. Chelsea and I.
Your turn. I let you say process when it's process. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Sorry, I couldn't hear that. So I'm just going to laugh and smile and okay. Okay. You done? Just an example, because it's great to have examples, right? Another example is Chelsea and I did a dual like face off the other week, where we did our whole face with our not dominant, our undominant. Oh my God, I can't even talk today. What's the word for
non-dominant hand?
Non-dominant. Yeah. Our
we'll
non-dominant hand. And it was like, and that's just another example. Like, there's so many ways to do the same thing, but in a different style.
But I would suggest that if you're trying to pull off a look where we weren't really trying to pull off a look, we were just doing it for entertainment purposes, find somebody who is a completely different age group, completely different coloring. That's going to get you that wow factor of showing how versatile the product is if you really want it to get yourself like out there quickly. All right, so that's customer acquisition. So remember, now when Jess takes over for customer support, you only have that 7 minutes, that 10, that 15, that 30. It's the same amount. So now you've decided what you're going to do for your customer acquisition to show off the product, and Jess is going to take over and talk about what you can do to support your customers. If you don't have any customers yet, double down on customer acquisition. So either do 2 separate things or spend a longer amount of time on the same task. I don't know where you're at. On my screen, you're right here.
And I just wanted to also mention that if anybody is looking for somebody who is much, much younger than them, I'm here. I'm joking. I look older than everybody on here right now, so that's just a joke. Okay, so customer support. This tends to be, you love me, don't you, Chelsea? Customer support tends to be the one, in my previous experiences, tends to be the one that I neglected the most. And it was like, well, I already have them here. What else do I have to do? When really it should be the one that you focus on almost more than the others. I mean, it's supposed to be a quad, right? So everything has its own everything should be equal. But if you do have that extra time, I would definitely suggest spending it in your customer support, because you already have them. You already have them, and they already are in love with the makeup, right? And so you want them to continue to buy from you. You want them to continue to feel really special, and you want them to share that love with others, right? The best, I'm just going to put an example. My husband is a massage therapist, and 100% of his business is referral. 100%. He's so busy now. He has a waiting list, but he's never advertised. He's never had to do, and I've begged him. I'm like, can I just make a Facebook for you? Can I just, help promote you? And he's like, no. The best way for you to get the customers that are quality, that are going to stick around, come from those people who are already in your hand. So I think that's something really, really important. And so once you figure out how much time you have for customer support, there are so many things that you can do. And honestly, it is amazing how appreciative people are, especially if you follow up. And even if it's a follow up with, hey, just wanted to see how you're doing. If you are following them on social media and you know that, I don't know, their dog just had a birthday, you want to, follow that up. And if you know that's something that's really important to them, a quick email saying like, hey, just want to, see how your big day went, and leave it at that. Nothing to do with makeup, right? That's building that relationship. And honest to goodness, since I flipped my mindset on how important this quadrant is, I get so many repeat sales from women, and some of those women have become good. I've never met them in person, but really, either I've never met Chelsea or any of you guys except for Gina. It's become, what was I saying? Oh my God, I lost my thought. It has become
because you've built those relationships with them, they've become repeat buyers.
They become repeat buyers and close, almost acquaintances. And so they know about my personal life. They follow my stories. I know about their personal lives. And whether, I just comment on their post, right? We have to remember, I think, that it's not about us, it's about them. And the more that we can show our customers that we truly care about them, and the more that we can show our customers that they matter to us, that's what's going to create that relationship, and they're going to stick around and they're going to tell the world about it. So thank you for my TED Talk on customer support. So just a few ideas on this list. And again, if you don't have a blank copy of this quadrant journal, it's on the Team Freedom Facebook page under.
Hold on, it's actually in the new artist training Google Drive as
well. Oh yeah.
In it's in the Get to Work on Your Business folder, I believe.
Yeah.
So get to work on your business. Just kidding.
So yeah, you can totally just do carbon copy on here. But if you're feeling like you have your own ideas, which is awesome, totally include those in those categories. So yeah, follow up is key. So basically, if you send out a color match, for example, this would be customer. I personally think, although they're not your customer yet, following up on a color match after a day or two is customer support, because chances are they're not ignoring you. They've just, carried on with their life, and, makeup is not at the forefront of their things they need to do. So I've actually received quite a few emails from people saying, oh, thank you for following up. I totally forgot, or I was just about to, and then my dog had his party, right? So just, what is it? There's a saying for that too. The fruit is in the follow-up. I don't know. You know what I mean. There's a saying for follow-up, so that's how important it is. And so yeah, you should follow up after they place an order. We actually have, I think, in the Google Drive folder, graphics, thank you graphics. Am I correct? Yeah, thank you graphics that you can attach to your thank you email to them as well, just as an extra thinking of you. And you can follow up a week or so after they have tried it, that you know that it's been shipped and they've tried it. You just follow up, just checking to see how you're loving the makeup. Do you have any questions? And then continue to do so, right? We know that the highlight tins last, what, 2 to 4 months? So you want to make sure that you're following up with your customers before their tins run out, even just with like, hey, I'm just about to reorder my tin, just thought of you, just wanted to see if, you know, you needed a reminder to reorder or something along those lines. So there's all sorts of ways you can follow up, but it's really, really important. Yeah. Oh, thank you emails for your orders. Yeah, that's what we talked about. Customer shout out in a VIP group. And I'm like, what? Why would that matter? And then Chelsea did it the other day, or last month, Chelsea, and like you got sales out of it, right? So it's very, again, it's going back to that, making the focus on them, not you. So just shouting out like, hey, just wanted to shout out this awesome woman, and they really will appreciate it. Thank you notes, definitely, and not on email, but in like the snail mail, right? I've done that with a few of my customers, and I'll just randomly pick like 5 a month, and I'll just send them either like a little mask from the dollar store or a little sticker thing. And it's just something to show them that they are more to you than, you know, just the commission. Email updates, that's something that I would like to start doing. There are definitely programs out there like MailChimp. I know a few of the people above us do regular weekly emails out to their customers with tips and tricks and all of that. This is a really good one, offering to, if somebody is saying like, oh, the makeup's not really working for me, offer a one-to-one. Just say, oh, I'm really sorry to hear that. I'd like to see, you know, how you apply it. Can we arrange a time to go face-to-face on Facebook or Zoom or whatever? And so do a one-to-one, like private consultation with them, and they will really appreciate it. Oh yeah, if people are not muted, that would be great. There's just a lot of feedback right now. So yeah, thank you. I'm so blind, I'm sorry guys. Shout them out. Yeah, like Fridays could be shout out, like, I don't know, there's a better, fancier term for it, but, or like Sunday customer appreciation. So just sort of appreciating, whether that's, even if it's just like a generic image saying like, thanks to everybody who supported me this week, or thanks to everybody who ordered. That's showing them that you're recognizing and being appreciative of what they're doing for you as well. And then customer support can definitely also include troubleshooting videos, right? Like what to do if you have a broken tin, what to do if your nose is oily, what to do on, you know, how to make your nose appear thinner. So the way that you can figure out what videos you can create and then share would be in your beauty group or in your social media page. You can sort of figure out if you're stuck. You just send like, hey, what challenges are you having this week with your makeup or something, and you bet your bottom dollar somebody's going to come at you with a challenge that they're having. And so, yeah, with each one of those challenges, that's another video, right? And so you can use those videos on your social media page. You can upload them to YouTube, have your customers visit them on YouTube. You can send them to your customer in a file through email. So there's all sorts of ways that you can support your customer. And I can't remember who was on, Lori, but one of the influencers, she was saying like $5,000 of her business each month comes from repeat customers. I can't remember who that was. So that's way more than most of us sell in a month, but that's just her repeat customers. So yeah, that just goes to show you how important it is to your business. Okay, does anybody have any questions about that? Yeah, not Heather, I don't think, eh? Okay, so I think Chelsea, is Chelsea on?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, I couldn't see
All right,
you.
so make sure
Very
for
quiet.
customers, I just muted myself. I was listening. So make sure for customer support, you actually pick something that you can get done in your time frame for tomorrow, okay? So if you know, let me just tell you something right now. Email, like sending a mass email, that takes a lot of time. I would not pick that if you only have like 10 minutes because you have to go through and get all of the emails and yada yada. So something that you might want to do is reach out to your top people and send them like a VIP link, which is just a party link. So anytime that they order, they'll get those rewards, and that's a way that you can appreciate them and kind of start the emailing process and get used to that. All right, now we're going to talk about artist acquisition. This has become my new favorite. This is my new favorite. I'm very excited about this. Okay, so artist acquisition. Now listen, this is for ladies who already know that they are ready to grow a team. If you're not there yet, that's okay. Then again, I want you to still listen very closely. I want you to write something down that maybe wouldn't make you so scared that you won't do it at all, but it has become my favorite. So artist acquisition is ways that you are leading with the business instead of the product. So tomorrow's Friday. Actually, here's your task. It doesn't matter who you are or how much time you have. If you are going to have a paycheck tomorrow, you need to post that on social media, okay? You have to legally X out what you actually made, just so we are clear. But you just screenshot your email that comes through, you pop it in Instagram stories, you pop it somewhere on Facebook, but you use it as a way to actually tie in like customer support. I wouldn't have this paycheck if it wasn't for you ladies, so thank you. I'm actually going to use it to put towards my family vacation. People love to hear it stuff because it gets the wheels turning. Okay, so if you are brand new, you haven't gotten any customers yet, that doesn't mean that you can't start to grow a business. Let's just crystal clear on that. If you know you want to have a team, start doing the things that scare you the most and are the hardest, because it's starting at the top that builds everything. Starting at the top and introducing somebody to the opportunity, if they say, no, that's not for me right now, could say, but I'd love to try the makeup. So it could come back to you in a different positive way that could get you a customer, which would then allow you to start working the customer support quadrant, square, we're going to call it.
I'm leading.
Okay. So some things that you can do for Miss Jessica, mute yourself. I like your silent film. Thank you. Okay, some things that you can do for artist acquisition, and then I'll start to talk about some of the things that I do as well. So share your story on social media of why you joined, if that makes sense. So I do this kind of like all the time, where I'll just talk about, I joined because I was looking for something to enhance my freelance music. I wish it was a business, makeup business, maybe one day, makeup business. And it just turned into so much more. And look at me now. Like, I have friends. I am a mom who has friends. And other moms will totally get that when I say it like that. And I'm very funny if you didn't know. So just like buckle in for the next couple minutes. So reaching out to customers, this is what I do. I'll talk to someone and be like, hey, how's your makeup going? Do you need any help with it? Can you send me like a selfie so I can see what it like looks like on you, as like we keep going back and forth. And when they send me that, I'm like, whoa, oh my gosh, that is like the most amazing selfie I've ever seen. Why aren't you doing this with me yet? Do you know, like, and I will literally just say it like that. And I just do it all the time. I was talking to a girl that I went to high school with who's been buying from me for a little while. So I'm giving you a little testimony, okay? And I have gained her trust for her entire beauty routine. She asks me about face products. She asks me about brow products. I'm going to a wedding. What should I wear with these eyeshadows, right? She trusts me with her entire routine. So when we're talking and we're going back and forth, I say to her, oh my gosh, I just wish you would do this business with me. I wish you would do this with me. If you could see what I see and how far you've come, and you're talking about brow products with me, you didn't even want to do your brows a couple of months ago. When I suggested an eyeshadow, you were like, whoa, please stop. Okay. So you can start to, that's why it's all connected. That's why Jess is saying, reaching out to a customer and building that relationship, then you have earned the right to be forward. You've earned the right to say to somebody, I really wish you would do this with me. And then what did she say? I'm actually trying to get out of the hospital system. I don't want to be here this time next year anymore. She's on the administrative side. Okay. I don't want to be here next year. She's got 2 little ones too. So yeah, I would love to know more information. I wouldn't have known that if I didn't just say something casually. And I meant it casually too. If she said, yeah, I'll sign up, great. If she said, no, I could never do that, that's also okay. And so even today, she's going to host a post for me. So instead of begging her, because I know how crazy her schedule is, oh, look at that little hand clap thing. That's cute. I love that. On my phone, I can see it. I don't know if you could see it on the computer. So she's not going to host a party for me right now or a class. I know she doesn't have the time. So I'm not going to waste my time trying to talk her into that. So what I asked her was, would you be willing to share a before and after of yourself with the makeup on? I am trying to earn a trip to Costa Rica. I need all the help that I can get. I know I can't do it alone, and I would really appreciate your help. And she's like, for all that you've done for me, of course, that's not even a question. That's like literally is what she said to me. So I'm like, great. So because we built that relationship, I had every right to ask her that to then help me in return. And here's the magical thing about it. She's doing it. She's already been sending me selfies. Do these look right for a before and after? And I'm like, why aren't you doing this again with me? It allowed me to keep building that, because I meant to say this at the very beginning of the training, but in order for people to be on board with anything in general in life, they need to hear it 7 to 10 times to decide if they absolutely love it or if they absolutely hate it. Okay. It's the same thing even as artists. When you're introduced to the idea of something, like talk about bringing on artists, it's like, no, I'm not going to do that. Right. But then you start to hear it more and more and more. And then you really decide, do I want a team or not? Right. So a couple things that you can do once you've gotten some customers and you've built relationships with them, and then you've earned the right to introduce them to the opportunity, you can invite them to do a 3-way phone call. If you have time, if you know that's something you have time for tomorrow, reach out to somebody else and say, hey, I've got 30 minutes to work my artist acquisition. What about you? Do you think we could get a 3-way phone call? 15 minutes for your gal, 15 minutes for my gal? Like, work together, right? Share your story, why you joined on social media with a call to action, which is like, who else is a mom who feels like they don't have friends? Me. Been there, done that, over it, never going back to it again. Who else would like to chat a little bit more of what it's like to connect with women, making them feel beautiful, and you get the same in return. You can schedule an in-person meet mascara with like the person, if you can meet in person, if you would like to go grab a coffee with somebody and talk, not like, hey, oh my gosh, I haven't talked to you in 20 years since high school. Can we go grab a coffee? And then it's like, girl, I am like loving what I do with mascara. No, you can't do that. They already have to have had, you've already have to have had that conversation. You can't blindly ask them to have coffee with you. Unless you're just real special. That's not nice. Don't do that. Post about things that are going on in the company. Being able to earn incentive trips, artist reunion, things that we do with like beauty bashes, how we have the sisterhood of the traveling artists, like things like that, that show what you can offer them. Putting out a job.
Sorry, Chelsea.
Yes.
This right here is another example, right? I just took a picture, and a lot of, from my understanding, those who have come from other MLMs or direct marketing, they don't have the support. So showing them that there's a team and we do weekly meetings could be like the kicker, could be the deciding factor as to, okay, well, because my last place didn't have any support. That's why I left it. But here, like, it's genuine support. And so just taking a screenshot and popping that on your stories is a way to definitely acquire artists. That is all.
One of the things, put out a job posting. You're hiring. You are always hiring. It is okay, like Ryan Shedrick always says, it's okay to tell people what you're looking for, because if people don't know what you're looking for, they don't know what you also have to offer in return. So when you say, I'm looking for somebody who's passionate, what does that mean? Are you passionate about business? Are you passionate about makeup? Or do you just need somebody who's passionate? Either of those are fine. If you want somebody who can set goals for themselves, tell them that. Because if you're about to like take off, you can't always bring somebody on at that moment in time if your business is really running. So let people know what you're looking for. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. Put up a job posting. Say, I am having such great success. I really can't keep this a secret anymore. I would be doing you a disservice if I didn't explain to you what it is that I exactly do. And if you are the following things, please reach out to me. Let's have a conversation. You want to attract what you also are. One of the things that Jess and I did in our beauty group this week, we did it yesterday actually, was like kind of work the business kind of thing. So the first thing we did is we asked people where their dream vacation would be. Some of you guys actually hopped on and answered. And then we actually broke it down. And Jess went on live later on in the day and said, did you know the average vacation costs $4,500 for a family of 4 for a 1 week? How long would it take for you to be able to save that money where you're currently at to actually get to that $4,500? And could mascara help you with that? And then I followed up later in the day and I went live, and I basically, I know people hate the word piggyback because it's kind of silly, but it's true. So I built on top of what she was saying. And I said, just like Jess said, you know, what could that extra money do to get you to that dream vacation for your family sooner, or dream vacation for yourself or your husband, or for your wedding, or to get to retirement sooner? This is what we actually offer you. Like, are we the right fit for you? And we said how one-on-one trainings, Telegram group, color matching, Zoom trainings, power hour, a beauty group that you can, you know, use to build your business, help with, you know, like the new artist training folder, right? So these are things that you really want to start telling people about, because they need to know if they're going to spend $200 to $400, which for some people it's nothing. A lot of people, that's not nothing, right? And they want to know what they're getting in return, okay? Because nobody's stupid. We all know, like, it's any sales job, brick and mortar or online. If you're coaching somebody, you should get commission for that. You're doing a job coaching people. So they know that. So they want to know, what are they going to get in return for lining your pockets as well. I'm very direct and honest, so please don't take anything I say like too harshly. It's just the reality of the situation, okay? So a couple other things that you can do is you can ask for referrals from people. if you reach out to somebody and they say, I'm not really interested in the opportunity, you can say, I totally respect that. Do you know anyone else? Because I just really think I can really change somebody's life. And I'm wondering if there's anyone that popped into your head when I presented this to you. So what's everybody going to do tomorrow for artist acquisition? Put that in the chat. What are you guys going to do for customer support? Go ahead and put that in the chat, okay? Because I would love to see, I want to tie this back into this whole lesson before I switch this over to Jess, is that you have already decided I have 1 hour to dedicate to my business tomorrow. I have 15 minutes for customer acquisition. So I'm going to go live on my personal profile and I'm going to do my makeup and just get to know people. Tomorrow, myself for customer support, I'm probably going to reach out to a couple more ladies to post their before and afters to basically market for me. Okay. And in exchange, I give them a VIP link. So when they possibly get sales from their friends, instead of me taking that, I'm going to actually put it under their link. But guess what I can also do? I can hold on to those orders. And if this customer gets enough orders, I could say, would you like to join? And you get this immediately. Not only do you just spend $200, you get all of those customers and their orders, but it'll also go under a party link. So you'll get the commission and you'll get free stuff. And if we hit a certain amount, we'll get your kit paid back immediately, right? Like that's what you can do with host to post. And so for artist acquisition, who knows what I'm gonna do? I just kind of fly by the seat of my pants because that works better for me. All right, so guys, type in the chat what you're gonna work on tomorrow, and within a reasonable, like, don't put too much on your plate that you get to that task and you say, I can't do it. Does that make sense, right? Okay, and then Jess, take over for artist support.
And sorry, a really simple artist acquisition could be you going on and saying why you joined, right? We have a ton of really good examples from some ladies on here, even in the Hey There mascara. And I know Brittany has an awesome one from your car. Was that Brittany? See, I do remember things. That's awesome. And so, yeah, the Hey There mascara has a lot of really good examples, and that could be a great way for you to, you know, reach out to your customers and tell them why you are here. Okay, and so
if you only have 5 minutes tomorrow, then tag your customers in Hey There mascara on that video that aligns with them and how they would most likely work the business, and say, this is the video that I would really love for you to watch, and I'll follow up with you on Saturday.
So
Done.
You mean, for example, if your customer is a young, early 20s genius, you would say, go follow Jessica Irwin, right?
No. Yes. Sorry. Yes.
Okay.
All right, move on. Artist support. We have to wrap this up.
Okay, artist support, and I'm going to tie both artist support and personal development together, because if you don't have artists, right, which some of us don't, this is a category that you can do for yourself, right? You can support yourself as an artist, and or if you do have a team, you can support them with these examples. So that's sort of how I wanted to tie in the personal development. So although it's not a quad, you should also try to really set aside time in your day for personal development, whether that's listening to a podcast. Lori has given us access to her Audible account. I'm correct in that, right, Lori? And so you can access a ton of really great personal and professional development books for free, thanks to Miss Lori, on there. So I like to pop on a podcast or a book when I'm cleaning, and by it's in quotations because I don't actually clean a lot, but it would be something you could listen to while you're cleaning, or if I'm in the car, I'll pop it on, and it really it's something that maybe you shouldn't, but that's something you can sort of multitask with, so that so that, yeah, you do get it into your day. And while we're on the topic of professional development, there is like a whole gamut of people and books and podcasts to listen to. My advice, take it or leave it, but my advice is to stick to one. Like right now, Chelsea and I, sorry, my legs are sore. Chelsea and I are focused on Ray Higdon. So I'm only doing things about Ray Higdon. Okay. Even though there's like a bazillion other awesome types of information out there, for me personally, it's way less overwhelming if I stick to one. And I have 2 of his books and they're really tiny. And I literally just reread the same books. And every time I reread it, I get something else out of it. As opposed to, okay, I'm done this. Now I'm going to go see what Darren Kidd says. Or now I'm going to go see what, I can't remember any other, like Rachel Hollis says. Although they're awesome.
Don't be a squirrel.
Yeah, you really want to, if you've taken that time already, you really want to give it some time to see if it works for you. And so I would suggest like spending a month or 2 maybe on the same type of development until you can actually see if it works. So
Okay,
yeah, that's,
I just want to follow up real quick. Here's the difference though. It's not just listening. You need to act. You don't listen to Ray Higdon for 2 months and then you never did anything, because then you don't actually know if it worked. You don't listen to Jenna Kutcher, and if she inspires you right in that moment, pause and then go do it, whatever that is. And because you can always come back to this self-development. That's one thing that I learned. I kind of followed around to an extent with like Bob Heilig, but as much as I was motivated by him, I just knew he wasn't the right person for me, like at that moment in time. Now I've evolved and I'm a completely different person. So if I were to go back and listen, it would probably hit a little different. So you can always go back and revisit. But I agree with Jess. If you're new to self-development, try not to jump around. Jump. No, sorry.
don't
Okay,
do that.
kidding.
Don't do that.
Yeah, just
don't
find
ever
one
do that
person,
again.
okay?
Never again.
All right. I love you. Go on,
Okay,
give your
so
examples for our
so yeah, there are they're super tiny on that quadrant journal, but there's some really great titles on there. One of which was it Heather the other day in Power Hour, the greatest salesman in the world. I know that's a big one. That was it Heather? Heather promotes. Amanda like swears by it, Amanda Ernest. So and it's tiny. It's really tiny. So if it's tiny, to me it means it's affordable. I'm assuming it's affordable. So get your hands on some of those books and just keep giving her in terms of helping yourself grow. Okay, so artist support very quickly, because we were like, we're only going to talk 20 minutes tonight and it's like an hour. We do that though. So basically, when live events are happening, when they will happen next year, okay, you want to make sure that you get your booties to conference. I've never been, but I know that from my talking with Lori and people who have been, to like following Ray, to following other direct sales people, your business will skyrocket once you attend these events. So whether that's because it sparks that fuel inside of you, whether it's because you're gaining all of this new knowledge, whether because it's the whole vibe, it's probably a combination of all those things that will take your business to the next level. So I don't know, can they still sign up for the online one, Lori, or is that closed? So yeah, so this year we're doing it online. So I'm sorry if I'm yelling. I get really excited about talking about stuff. So if you haven't signed up online, I would totally try and get the money together to attend the virtual event that's happening. Is it the 17th of September or something? I don't know, something like that. So basically, and I'm hoping I shouldn't say my next husband, one of the people I admire the most, Ray Higdon is supposed to be talking. He was supposed to be in person. I don't know if he's going to be there like virtually, but I just can't. I really can't wait. I really can't wait.
So I actually heard that they canceled the entire conference for fear of his life because you were going to be in person.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, he was worried for his safety. I got I got email
sense.
confirmation about that. So.
Okay. So basically, once you do have a team, and even if you don't have a team, acknowledging and showing praise to people on your sidelines, to people above you, to people below you. They don't need to know that. I don't know. I can't even think of somebody, but they don't need to know that you're not directly under Harmony Buse, for example, and she ranked to, I don't know, executive director or something. You don't need, you can just say like, my mascara sister ranked this way. So you're not like, you're totally not lying. You're not deceiving. She is your mascara sister, and you are showing your gratitude and your support for whoever that person may be. And of course, if you have a team, you want to be doing that on a regular basis as well, even if it's as small as like, hey, Sally Sue got her first sale, or hey, Sally Sue did her first live, or whatever. So just not only does it help support the artist in question, but it also shows the world that you are in a place that is very supportive of each other and celebrate successes along the way. Yeah, so going live in your teamies or your sidelines or somebody's Facebook group is really helpful. Like we have ladies in ours all the time, right? Like from Lori, and like even in this training we have special guests. And so yeah, just emulating that on your own page as well is going to really show that we are a supportive and nurturing environment for people to succeed in. Birthdays, yep. Birthdays is actually something that Ray really talks about. So not only celebrating your team's birthdays, but also if you can, recognizing the birthdays of the people that follow you or the people on your friends list and whatnot. That's really showing them that you've taken the time out of your day to wish them well. And yeah, that's a big thing for birthdays. And then if possible, meeting in person, although that Gina and I used to meet. Remember those good old days? Yeah, and then, yeah, COVID. And yeah, things like this, right? Things like Zoom. And Chelsea and I on our team beauty page the other day, we were just putting up sort of random questions, but it got us chatting about each other and each other's lives. I can't even remember what it was. But just a way to make that sisterhood even stronger is what's going to make you show up more and make your artists show up more, which is what we want. So, I think that's it.
Yeah. So who has their whole whole day now planned tomorrow? All right, so your goal for tonight is to go to the new artist training folder. If you don't know where it is, reach out to somebody and ask for help and we'll get you there. And I want you to read each of the quadrant journals. And you know what would be great? If you can print this out, I would go and look at each thing that's on here and I would say something like this would take me 5 minutes. Something like this would take me 30 minutes to do. Something like this would take me 45 minutes to do. So then when you go every night, I want you to look at your quadrant journal, okay? And I want you to say, I only have an hour tomorrow. let me find all of the things that would only take me 15 minutes, and that's what I'm going to do. And then prepare yourself the night before so that you just work the next day. Then before you know it, you're going to get in a groove. You can also make things a theme. So if it's Monday, it could be Makeover Monday. If it's Tuesday, it can be Tip Tuesday. If it's Wednesday, it could be Wacky Wednesday. Thursday can be Tutorial Thursday. Friday can be Friday Favorites, right? And you just do that every week, and you don't stray, okay? So 1 week for Makeover Monday, you do a live. The next week, you engage with 5 new friends on social media, right? You find 5 people who are new to you for social media, and you can talk about Makeover Monday with them. What you can find a way to get them to where you want to go. Asking for referrals. Guys, it's Makeover Monday. Anyone know 5 people who would want their makeup done or would allow me to color match them? So you can find ways to make that work. So I would print this out when you can. Put a time next to it that you feel you could adequately get any of these tasks done, and then every night, and then before you know it, you could plan out your entire week. You could plan out 2 weeks at a time. You could even plan out your
doing 2 weeks at a time.
What?
I said we have dreams of planning for 2 weeks at a time. That's our goal.
Okay.
That's our goal. So
I
I
who
think
liked
maybe
this training? I'd love to know if anyone found any value out of this.
just a sec, Chelsea. I put the link to the Google Drive in the chat just in case people are like, what's Google Drive? It's in there.
Perfect. All right, who would like to come off of mute and chat with us and tell us what you're going to do tomorrow?
Not everybody at once. Not everybody. Okay. Shh.
Brittany, I see you.
Confusing.
Brittany wants to talk. All right, somebody unmute Brittany. Go ahead. Go ahead, Brittany. Come on. You can do it.
Can you hear me now? Okay, so somewhere that I actually really do well is getting people, like calling them and saying, hey, I need some new models for my before and afters. Will you come and do that? So I've been writing down like who I want to ask, and I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to ask those ladies and see if they'll do some before and afters. And yeah. Oh, and I am doing my soon-to-be daughter-in-law's makeup with Mascara Beauty Makeup. Woo! She wants me to do it, so I'm super excited. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I want to work a lot on tomorrow about getting new, some new faces in and doing some makeovers. And honestly, like most people that I've had come and I put the makeup on them, they want it. Like they want to buy it. So that's a good way for me to get, customers. And, usually most of them are like, and even if they're like, I can't buy it right now, but I'm going to, and I just keep checking up with them or whatever. So that's a good way for me. So that's what I'm doing tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yay!
I would make your daughter-in-law your artist acquisition. If
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't have mascara, I would never get the privilege and honor of doing my future daughter-in-law's makeup. Like, I can't even put words to that, how special that is to me. Yeah,
Yeah.
write that down right now. Write that down. Don't
I'm writing
forget.
it down.
Golden nugget, okay? And that's a big deal. That might resonate with somebody. You just never know. Thank you for sharing. Who else is going to come off of you?
And your hair looks really nice, Brittany, by the way.
Yeah, I like your hair too.
Your hair looks really good.
Oh, thanks, ladies. You're so nice.
I will say we did not plan these buns.
Gina.
I think you saw my buns and you stole my hairstyle, Jess.
Oh, I just do it because it's what I do. Gina. Gina's up.
Okay, I got a lot of really good ideas here. Now, I don't know if it's going to happen tomorrow, but it's going to happen soon. Anyway, okay, so I plan on doing more lives, just doing my makeup because I'm comfortable with it now. And when I did that blush bash, my ring light 5 minutes before wasn't working. So I got my husband to rewire it. He's good at things, so he rewired it. So it's working now. He had to bypass the little thing. Anyway, so I'm going to start doing like a live makeup, and that's customer acquisition. Customer support, I'd like to email. I'm going to do a group email inviting everybody to the Traveling Artist Facebook page. And, you know, and I have to make up a script. So I might talk to Lori about getting a script on how to, like a quick.
Yes, absolutely. Reach out. Yes.
Artist, because it tells you updates, or, you know, because of the out of stock items, stuff like that. Okay. And then I have a couple people interested, like friends of mine that are interested in the business. So one of them, I'm going to tag them tomorrow in the Hey There Mascara group. So I just haven't done that yet, so I'm going to do that. And for artist support, I'm going to write down Anne and Jess's birthdays. So.
September 26th. Everyone write it down. No, I'm joking.
September 26th. You probably know Anne's as well, right?
No.
I'll
Anne's
find
my
that out.
sister-in-law. Oh my gosh, it's like a week before mine. I'm so sorry, Anne. Oh
So
my
good,
God.
so good. Okay, so that was really helpful. It got me motivated today. Thanks, ladies. It was really good and really got me motivated.
Whoop, whoop.
You are so, okay, so now who is going to start to do this every night? Think of consciously, put thought and effort into how much time they can realistically, without abandoning themselves, you know, and stepping up and showing up for themselves, really say, I only have X amount of time tomorrow. I'm going to divide that by 4. So I have 1 hour. That means I only have 15 minutes to show off the product, 15 minutes to support my customers who have the product, 15 minutes to talk about the opportunity, and 15 minutes to support those who saw me as their leader. And I'm going to show them that they've still got it, and I'm going to, you know, rally for them. Okay. So this is your new normal,
What you
every
could
night.
do, what Chelsea and I did, and we kind of stopped the last few days, but I'll tell you, I mean, we do it all the time. But at night before we go to bed, which is usually really late, but we just like it's not even like an accountability group. Well, I guess it is, but we just post to each other what we're going to do in each section for the day. So I don't know, like we could even create a chat in the Telegram for people who want to.
Well, no, Lori just put everybody in accountability groups. So if you're already in an accountability group, what I literally do is I go CA dash, and I tell Jess what I'm going to do for customer acquisition. Enter CS, customer support, and I write what I'm going to do. And I do that for all 4. And we do that. Well, first of all, we do talk all day on the phone. And so we talk about what we're going to do the next day. Yeah. So sometimes we don't actually need to commit to that text. But yeah, we do. We'll text each other what we're actually going to work on the next day. So, and it's our businesses, my business has completely changed on for the good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I appreciate your time. I don't want to take up too much more. I hope that start tracking this kind of stuff, guys. Like start thinking consciously, putting intention, like Lori said, putting intention into your business, and start really keeping track. Like don't waste trees. Okay. We love our trees, but if you have like a notebook from the dollar store or something like that, and you have this, like write down what you're doing every day so you can really keep track of your business and hold yourself accountable, find what's working, what's not working, and then pivot. It's all about pivoting. Find somebody who inspires you with self-development. You need somebody who is not in mascara. That's really important, because you can sit here and be like, well, they're just fluffing me up and they're telling me what I want to hear. That's why you have to find somebody who's not in mascara, so you can be like, whoa, that's how you really run a business. Okay, this person's successful. I need to be paying attention to him or her. Okay, so find somebody that resonates with you, test them out a couple weeks with action, with intentional action. If you are inspired, pause that podcast and get to work and just do it. Okay. Thank you, ladies, from the bottom of my heart for your time tonight. We always appreciate when you show up for Jess and I, because we know we're not your leaders, but we truly appreciate it.
And
Sorry,
it just gets
I'll
me
never do it
pumped.
again.
It's all about, and I
Yeah,
just get
I'm
so pumped. I get pumped.
Yeah.
Remember, September 26th.
2/6, September 26th. She's a Libra, ladies. She's a Libra.
That's
Okay.
obvious. All right.
Okay,
Thanks,
so-
guys.
Thank you,
Bye.
you guys. You're awesome.
We try really hard. Just kidding.
When are you coming home, Lori? I mean, going home, not coming home.
Sunday.
Oh, nice.
Oh, Lydia, it's in the new artist training folder in the Get to Work on Your Business. It's called Quadrant Journal. Okay, it looks like this when you get there.
And there's a
blank
link
one.
to it.
Yeah, but once we X out, the chat will go away. So just reach out to one of us and we'll get you in there. Okay, Lydia? Hopefully that was a quick recap. How much time do you have tomorrow? Divide it by 4. Get to work on each square. Plan your night ahead of time. Anything you got to do to prep for it, do it tonight. And then start doing that. And before you know it, your business is it's going to take off. It's insane. It's insane. Consistency.
And-
we all hate that word.
And
true.
Google Ray Higdon. If you're
Do
looking
not.
for something, right?
That's your man. Don't send people to your man. Keep him.
Tell
Keep
him I say
him.
hi.
Okay. All right. Bye,
All right.
guys.
Bye. Oh, how do I save this recording? Do I have to
I think
do
when you hit
anything?
leave and you X out, it'll ask you.
Okay.
You guys can leave. I'll take care of her. No, I'll get her home safe.
Assign and leave. Everybody, I'm booting everybody out. I'm joking.
A boot? Oh, no. Just
Boot.
kidding. That was not, I'm just kidding. Don't take offense. Lydia, don't hate me for making fun of.